The 2026 NEBA season is brought to you by Storm, Roto Grip, and 900 Global Bowling. We'd like to thank our tournament sponsors for the 2026 season: Tony and Suzanne Renaud, Ace Mitchell Bowlers Mart, Better Bowling Concepts, Buddy's Pro Shop, Cambridge Credit Counseling, Logo Infusion, Turbo Grips, Tech Vision, Yankee Lanes Keen, Yankee Lanes Manchester, Winkles Pro Shop, Callahan's Bowl-O-Rama, Many Styles of Bowling, Bloomfield Electric, Dexter, KR Strikeforce, Grog Monster Sports, East Coast Sports Investors, Ideal Bowling Concepts, DJBT, Island Bowling Supply, Leah Cars, Jopo Grips, Northeast Megabucks, Old Mountain Lanes, TournamentSense.com, Major Bowling, Pinwheel.us, and The House Bowling. Thank you for tuning in. Now remember to like and share, and enjoy the show.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2026 Winkles Pro Shop Open Singles, presented by Rogersboro and Bloomfield Electric. Sponsored at in $1,500 to today's event. You are tuning in live to the round of 16, so we're a little early today. Typically, we're going to be getting you guys just before the semifinals. But we got set up just a little early. Feel free to throw in the comments just in case you guys can't hear us. We're always prone to some audio issues anytime I get on the stage, so feel free to comment in there. Right now, you have a live look right in front of you of Hall of Famer Bill Webb throwing down with Kevin Tebow. Kevin's got a little bit of a lead going into this. Really, it's a must-strike situation at this point for Bill. Whether you guys can see it or not, they are jumping into the looks like the 9th frame here on both of them. Here at Callahan's Bowl-O-Rama today, the hosts are Lisa, Cindy, Amber, staff, and family of the Callahans. It's our 1,057th event. Lots of events bowling in NEBA. I remember we just had our 1,000th not too long ago, it seems like, and here we are, 1,057 deep. So a ton of events held on by this great organization, and could be anything without the bowlers who make it up. So that's who you guys are looking at right now. Off to the right side of your screen there, you see Tommy Kumlin stepping up. My man Tommy just had the front 11 and ended up in the 299 the game prior to that to take on his win. Shout out to the folks at Storm Bowling Products. These guys gave away a ball for us today, and the man who won it, Kevin Carlusian. Carlusian? I am so sorry. First out of the cut, B.J. Johnson. Jay Johnson also going to walk away with the ball today. If you guys are just tuning in, feel free to like and share this stream. Once again, as I've said before, we want to make sure all of these amazing competitors have a chance to get their time in the spotlight. Like I said, we are at Callahan's Bowl-O-Rama, a huge host for NEBA every season. These guys are always putting on quite the show for us. There we go. Not too sure why the mic cut out there, but Litch is still in it. Litch is impressive all the way around, not just his 300 games, but even beyond that for sure. So shout out to Litch for getting that one in for us. I tell you what, we put a video up earlier of Litch shooting that 300. We had some people, I think 1 or 2 people in the comments commenting on his unique style, and I don't think they understand that Litch is the most winningest bowler in NEBA right now. He holds that title at just a little over 40 titles. We're going to pull up that exact number here. Got to keep checking on the mic. Mike is deciding to cut in and out on us, but if you guys didn't already catch it, Stephen Major blistering 250 average today through qualifying on the fresh, mind you. Top 16 today got a bye. That was Peter Fox at 1,171 pins for his 5-game total. Yeah, there's nobody quite like the Litch, the Hoss, the Mop, the legend of New England. That is for sure. We're just wrapping up. It looks like wrapping up the round of 16. We are going to face our way into the round of 8 here in just a few. If you guys have any audio issues or anything like that, you're always welcome to shout that out in the comments. We'll figure it out. We'll get it all back on board. Tell you what, I need a whole sound crew just to make sure the mics are all working the right way. And today, we're going to have our semifinals and finals pretty much right in front of us. We are going to move over to 37 and 8 in the finals. Our semifinals are going to be right here in 33 and 34, 35 and 36. But like I said, you're going to have just a little bit of a delay as we see Mr. Waite there finishing up his match. Putting a double together. He's going 3 in a row here off to the side there. And that puts him at 213. His opponent needs he needs nothing. He's all done. His opponent got shut out right there. All 3 in the 10th. Put him up by 2. The best Nicholas DeFazio could do was 211 if he strikes out here. A lot of urethane going down the lanes today. But there was some reactive. There was definitely some play for that as the lanes tightened up. You were able to throw it to the friction and get the shape the right way. I mean, those balls look pretty good. If you guys haven't already, please like and share this stream. We want to make sure everybody has a great chance to see the New England's best. And speaking of best, we got a good mix of folks here today. We got some lefties, two-handers, right-handers, guys who like to play them straight, guys who like to curve them. They're all out there today. So while it was a high-scoring affair, it did not really favor necessarily one style over the other. $204 entries for this squad. Yesterday, for the Saturday squad, we had just over 40. That's actually a pretty solid Saturday night squad. So looking forward to a strong NEBA season turnout. With us, like I said, just over 200 entries there. We had almost a sold-out squad for the 9 a.m. There are a couple openings there, some cancellations, but good to see the sellouts. Entry strong. The bowlers are stronger. Like I said, we are rounding our way into that round of 8. That is going to be your quarterfinals. Sure, we're going to be pushing some folks down this way. Oh, we're going to have quite the delight, it looks like, on 35 and 6. If you guys didn't catch it, just last week, Aaron Major and his crew, Nathan DeMello, as well as Brandon Malone, they repeated their title victory. They are trios champs once again. Quite the feat to defend your title. And now you're going to get a live look at what Aaron Major is capable of on 35 and 6 here again, in case you missed it. Also, in case you missed it, we did do a live interview with Aaron, so you're welcome to check that out on our YouTube as well. That is archived in there. And we talked with Aaron and Brandon Malone, as well as Nathan DeMello, about their win. And this will be just for the second title of the year this year. We were supposed to have the doubles. The weather had different plans. I know we had some folks that are still debating about whether or not that's going to end up counting for a title. I believe that was Michael Martell and Chris Vitry who ended up leading that just based off squad score alone. So phenomenal bowlers always coming up from the New York area to grace us with their presence. And we are more than welcome to it. So we say send your best, the best you got, and they typically do. Those guys usually show out the score. So. All right, now we are going to get an update here on who is left bowling. I can tell you for sure, Aaron Major sitting right in front of us. Looks like we got Kevin Tebow, Gary Korinsky. Looks like he's testing the approach, so he must still be in. Tommy Kumlin's definitely in, so that's 4 out of your top 8. We are going to get an updated bracket here just shortly. Let's see here. Some of our other competitors in there is Mr. Waite. So we just seen him beat out his opponent 213 to what was his max of a 211. So not too much of a score there. So let's see. We're trying to see if Lichhoff is still in it. He's off in the distance. His game's already finished. We got him. We got guys like him and Bob DiMuccio Jr. Also floating around there. So it looks like Bob's taking the score sheets back in, so typically that indicates a loss. He has handed it over to the tournament director, Justin Alex. So, yeah, looks like it was a loss to Bobby. Looks like Steven Major might still be in it. He's waiting around. So, your qualifying leader at 250 over. My man is, looks like he's still in. He's still striking at Willow. Tommy Kumlin is still in. It looks like Tommy Coolin is still in. We have you guys are in for the treat of treats.
I'm going to sit over here.
The treat of treats today, ladies and gentlemen. You have Mike Lichstein versus Aaron Major right in front of us. Huge Hall of Famer, the Hall of Famer of NEBA. He loves when we talk about him. But you guys are going to see action right in front of him, as well as Aaron Major, someone definitely not to turn an eye to, because let me tell you, that is your 2025 Player of the Year for the PBA East region and your most recent champion. He knows a thing or two about winning. So winner versus winner, who's going to come away with that chicken dinner? And it looks like we got Coco Beware sitting there on lane 34. He's facing off against Kevin Tebow. Gary Krinsky is still in. So, yeah, that's going to be your top 8. Tommy Coomlin, Stephen Major, Gary Krinsky Jr., Mr. Waite, as well as Tom Coco, Kevin Tebow, Mike Lichstein, and it's great for us. New base for sure. Sorry, doing pro shop work on the other side. What's that? I'd say, do you want to keep your thumb? So quite the round of 8 we got going here. Actually going to go ahead and tip our camera just a little bit, see if we can get a little better view. See if we can get some more of these guys in the action. Probably just got some reverb there. Guys, throw in there in the comments, who are you expecting to win out of this round of 8? Thank you, thank you. We got an updated bracket sitting right in front of us. It looks like Stephen Major took out Pete Fox, the two-handed wonder, with the softest touch of the two-hander game out our way anyway. He took him out 206 to 182. Then we had Tommy running down the train, 223 to a 189 from, looks like Brian Talbot. Another youth guy popping his way into the scene. Mike Lichstein put the smackdown on Bob DiMuccio, 249, 226. Aaron Major lit the way against Tim Lau. And if you didn't know Tim, Tim's an amazing looking bowler. He doesn't get out here very often. At least we don't see him much. But Aaron put him down, 228 to 208. Looks like we had Tom Coco Jr. on a strike path of 258 to Tony Machedo's 222. Kevin put that 261 down right in front of your faces against Bill Webb to his 206. John Waite putting out that 213 to Nick, who ended up with a Nick DeFazio, who ended up with a 190 there. Then Gary Krinsky putting down Paul Smith. So we got, once again, a good mix of the players as we going back and through here. Some right-handed, left-handed, a couple two-handers still mixed in there, and legends and Hall of Famers, and oh my goodness, if we could hype it up anymore, we would. If you guys haven't already, like and share this stream. We want to make sure we get these people in front of the faces of the public. These are the best bowlers in New England. You're not going to find them anywhere else. These guys are wrapping up with some practice here. They got about 2 minutes of practice, and while we have that going, we're going to go ahead and kick you guys over to a commercial from our sponsors.
Pro Shop. Apple Valley Bowl in Plantsville, Connecticut. Come down and see owner-operator Rich Reynolds and his staff to help you with your bowling needs. Winkles carries all major bowling brands, bags, shoes, and accessories to suit your needs. If you have any questions, Rich Reynolds and his staff are happy to help. Also, check him out on the web at bowlwinkles.com. And remember, last thing, tack the rack.
Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this NEBA live stream, one of my favorite tournament organizations. If you're looking for some of the best bowling merchandise on the internet, check us out at thehousebowling.com. T-shirts, hats, polos, hoodies, and much, much more on our website. We can also get you equipped for your next tournament with all of the newest releases from all your favorite brands, as well as some huge deals in our closeout section. We've got a special deal for you guys out there using promo code NEBA at checkout for 15% off. That's NEBA for 15% off merch only on thehousebowling.com.
What is it about bowling that captivates us so much? Mastery of the game is impossible, but perfection is just within reach. It is beautiful, frustrating, and at times humbling and gratifying. Bowling beckons us to keep trying and forces us to accept the infinite variables out of our control. Success seems to lie 60 feet ahead, but the real battle takes place 6 inches between your ears. So if no matter how many times you fail, you would still do anything, and I mean anything, just to get 1% better. We know exactly how you feel.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As it looks like all of our competitors are just about to start up here. And quite the top 8 that we have for you. I think we already ran down through here, but let's do it again. We got Steve Major taking on Tommy Kuhlman on 29 and 30, so the farthest lane away from us. We got Mike Blichstein is facing off against Aaron Major, who's about to throw a shot here on 35. Aaron Major is actually coming off of about 2 rounds ago, ended up having a roll-off where he put down a crazy 9th and 10th in order to force Jonathan Duran, who actually pushed him out. So it was actually vice versa. Jonathan Duran, they ended up in a tie with 230, I believe it was 234 apiece or 236 apiece there. And they ended up into a 9th and 10th frame roll off where Aaron he did not stop striking, which is pretty much the common theme for him. You see him running down the spare here on 35. We're going to do the best we can to call the scores throughout this action. Forgot my binoculars at home. Imagine that. But on lanes 33 and 34, we have Tom Coco Jr. versus Kevin Tebow. So righty versus lefty there. And John Waite versus Gary Kerensky. Both bowlers there really like to play him a little bit straighter, one with just a little bit more speed. We got all of our competitors wheeling out. If you guys caught that commercial there, our title sponsor today, Winkles Pro Shop. Huge shout out to them, Rich Reynolds. If you didn't know, this event was initially scheduled for January. We got snowed out. Then we almost got snowed out for the second one, as you guys kind of caught that there. Here we are today. You guys are watching Tom Coco there on lane 34, throwing an IQ 78U. And if Tom has been doing anything all day, it's been striking. Every time I think I've watched that man throw a ball today, it's been the strikes. And we got Gary Kerensky there off to the side. A little on the high side, but this is a 37-foot pattern. Not a lot of miss room up the lane until a little bit later in the day once the lane's kind of tightened up for some urethane. The stretch pattern out just a little bit. And now you guys are in for, like I said, a real treat here on lane 36. We are catching the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Blichstein, and his unique style. Man, does he know how to use it? Solid shot there. Mike also had a 300 earlier today. You guys can catch that video on our Facebook channel, or our Facebook feed, I guess I should say. And he was doing that there all day. Mike is throwing the Crown 78U from Brunswick. I know most of us are used to seeing him throw an EPX. I think that's one thing Mike is known for, but outside of his unique style, is those, he throws balls harder than most of the competitors and makes them work twice as hard. It's on our YouTube and our Facebook channel.
A little more compact than it.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah. There we go. Mike Blichstein, little wrap 7 action there. Still a pretty solid shot. He's an absolute hoss. He knows it. I swear to you, if there's anybody who's going to talk you up as a bowler, it's going to be Mike. He is one of the nicest guys out here. Every time anybody meets him, it's an absolute pleasure. So you see Tom Coco there ended up with an open frame early. But I guess if you're going to open anywhere, it's going to be early to just get it out of the way and try to build something back. Speaking of which, let's see if Mike fills up his frame here. Oh, another open frame. I'm talking him into the wild, I guess. Or it's all out there in the ether. But still early on. We're seeing Kevin Tebow there on lane 34. He's just about to step up. Does not get the stubborn 7-pin to fall. Aaron Major, your 2025 PBA East Region Player of the Year, your most recent champion, putting the smackdown on. Aaron also throwing a Crown 78U. So just another urethane piece going down the lanes today. Like I said, there was a pretty good mix of urethane and reactive going down the lane today. I felt like if you were, especially early on, if you were in any type of reactive ball, you wanted to be in something that was a little bigger, a little more surface, kind of blend the pattern out, especially with it only being 37 feet. There's plenty of back end back there, so you really had to know how to calm that down. And that's where those urethane balls are coming into play. So you see Kevin barely hanging on there, covering that 7-pin. Didn't want to give any pins back to Tom Coco there. And just to give you guys a little heads up, there is a situation here where Stephen Major and Aaron Major, if they both win, they will face each other in the semifinals. So cousins facing off, potentially. And if Aaron Major keeps getting hits like that, it's definitely going to push him along. So that is a solid double to take to the bank, let me tell you. And I got to be honest with you, you know, if there is a new age Mike Lichstein that we're talking about, somebody who's going to run away and have a lot of titles, a lot of success, and is equally as nice, it's Aaron Major. Another person that just likes to talk you up. Aaron and Steve Major also sponsors for NEBA this year. Major Bowling. Go and check them out, majorbowling.com. And not only do they offer merchandise, but these guys at the shop here, they also offer some coaching. They do fantastic work for the younger generation as we get into another shop here by Mike Lichstein. Oh my goodness, absolutely burying an 8-pin there. Yeah, going back to this, the majors, for what the youth are today, is super refreshing to see these guys really kind of put some of the bowling community in the Northeast on their back and continue to help grow the sport. These guys are fantastic for that. As we see Gary Korinsky stepping up on lane 32. Gary throwing a light mixer, not quite getting the 7 to go. Guys, feel free to like and share the feed if you haven't already. And comment in there. Who do you guys want to see win this thing? We already got the top 8 announced. Who's coming home with this win? Is Mike adding another to his resume? Is Aaron going to add another to his young resume? Making it 6? Making it back-to-back titles? Are we going to see somebody new win? Are we going to see Tommy Kumling grab his first title? Are we going to see Gary Korinsky become a multi-titleist? Lots of implications going on here. Kevin Tebow also looking to become a multi-titleist today. Tom Coco's got quite the list of titles himself. I believe he's pushing into 6 or 7. We'll get the official numbers here in just a second. Yeah, we got Mike Lichstein adds a title today to get to 33. The next closest person to him is Alex Aguilar, 29 points. Mike just kind of struggling a little bit to get the ball to go through the pins the right way. I think that's the big play today for someone who's striking with a lot of success and doubling up, getting to the pocket and being able to make some scores today. And that is it, getting the ball to go through the pins the right way. See if we can step down here and give you guys a little bit more insight on the Tommy Kumlin versus Stephen Major match. Tommy Kumlin had the front 4. It looks like he has 4-7 that he's about to try to convert here. You guys can catch it way down there on the left side of your screen, and he does. Stephen Major has started out front 4 with spares. So Tommy Kumlin just continuing the strike train that he was on earlier. Stephen Major, who is your qualifying leader, look to be behind as we get into the 5th frame here to wrap up the first half of their match. Pretty solid shot there if you guys didn't catch that by Steven and really start answering back. About a 30-pin match there. Steven's behind, trailing. He's going to definitely need a little bit of help from Tommy to not keep striking at will. If anybody can keep putting shots and putting the pressure on, it's definitely Steven Major, especially today. He didn't catch it. He averaged 250 in qualifying today, blistering 250. We got to witness it between phase 2 and an attention star S2. Man, that guy really took it to him. We got Kevin Tebow here also trying to run a spare train. Unfortunate shot there, it looks like, to leave that right side rail. That's a hard spare to shoot, ladies and gentlemen, especially for a righty when you miss it left there anyway. But that's going to play in the first 4 spares, while Tom Coco went strike 9 out, and then he doubled. John Waite just put one down there on lane 31. And that match is actually pretty close between him and Korinsky. John is on a strike in the 5th. Korinsky's on a strike in the 4th. Yeah, that's a pretty tight match. That's about a 10-pin match there. Looks to be favoring John. Or apologize. Looks to be favoring Gary as he steps up here in the 5th. Now we have right in front of us. We got Aaron Major obviously went spare, strike. 8, looking to fill his frame. As Litch is just kind of motoring on, filling some frames here. He did have an early open, but nothing running away with it yet on this pair. Definitely have Aaron just a little bit of an advantage to leading into. Shout out to our sponsors at Storm Bowling. They are your 2026 season sponsor. Storm Roto Grip 900 Global. They make it.
Yeah.
Just takes it.
By their scribe lines.
It's fine.
And I'm not even.
Tom Coco here looking to really pick up this open. He's on a double right now. A third one here would really do the business. A little light mixer action right there. Tom throwing the IQ 78U. Like I said, Gary's over there throwing reactive. I'm sure you guys could probably see that ball is definitely covering a lot of boards. It looks like from here, and I could be wrong, it looks like the new stealth mode hybrid. It's got that gold and black finish there to it. See Mike stepping up here. Oh, light mixer getting that 6-pin to kick out late. Much needed in order to start closing the gap on Aaron. I can tell you right now, if you give Mike any room, the Hall of Famer comes out on him and it makes it happen. Tom looking to put a 4th one away, going into frame 6. Pretty close. Actually, it looks like I went checked up just high, leaving the 247. Please let us know in the comments. Who are you guys rooting for? Did you have anybody come out here today? Were you one of them? What were your experiences? You guys came across qualifying, and if you made it into the finals, what did you guys see? Feel free to talk about that there. I can tell you, I didn't see all the strikes, but the people that you're watching, they knew all about the strikes today. As we still see Lish kind of struggling there to get that 7-pin out. And really, that's the bigger, tougher area, especially the guys that. It's no secret. I mean, Lish is just a raw shot maker at the end of the day. He doesn't quite necessarily have the rev rate of some of these guys to be able to get those corners to kick. So it really all comes down to him just getting that ball to read the right part of the lane. As we see Coco cover the 247. It helps Kevin out just a little bit. Kevin is on a strike going into the 6, so he could have a chance to double here. Steven Major tripping a 4-pin out from a distance to help close that gap. That put a 4-bagger on Steven Major to fight back against Tommy Coolin. So really, we are writing up a situation here where the Majors are going to be facing each other. Wouldn't that be something to see them one day face each other for a major? Major versus major and a major. Or maybe that's too much. Who knows? Kevin Tebow stepping up here on lane 34, a much-needed strike to put up a double. Fantastic shot there. Maintains pretty good composure there, knowing that the double ain't all he needs. He's going to head in here, hoping to put together a triple heading to the 7th. It looks like Tommy wrapped 10 down there on the end. I think that's pretty much going to really put the favor into Steven's territory as Aaron also continues to roll strikes. And that's the big difference is, getting those balls to get him to tickle them over one way or the other. Kevin Tebow stepping up in here into the 7th frame. He's on a double. Quality shot. Gets them all to go, and that will close the gap between him and Tom Coco. Scoreboard showing 134-115. Tom's on a spare while Kevin's on that triple. But Tom's got a lot of strikes to put in the gate. We see Aaron Major, solid 7 there. No problems. Puts together a double. Really just adding extra pressure to the legend. See John Wade go through the face there. Give you guys an update. John was on a double, and that's going to put him at, let's see, we're in the 7th. That's going to put him right in the 127 range. Or right, actually, I apologize, right in the 130 area. 7th, we can go out for 220. Tom Coco with a high flush 10-pin hit there. That one hurts, that's for sure. We're just going to go right back down here. We are going to see where we are at in the other major match. Major versus Coomlin. Tommy Coomlin, a non-champ. As we see Steven here, we're heading into the 9th. Steven on a 4-bagger, looking to make it 5. And really just, what a comeback from those first 4 spares. Got that one a little right. And, yeah, just a little right, kind of a weak 10 hit there. And that is going to have Steven, if he makes this spare, he will be able to go out for 234, while Tommy can go out for 247. Tommy is on a strike going into the 10th. So that one's going to be pretty tight there. Gary Korinsky on lane 32, getting a little light mixer love. Nice solid answer there for when your opponent opens. As we see Steven filling his frame. And it looks like Litch is still on the single pin woes. And really, that match is just favoring Aaron Major, barring any disaster. So, some normal shots. I think Aaron's going to walk away just fine. Tom Coco, after his filled frame, needs to strike to put some pressure back. And he does. Once again, Tom Coco throwing that IQ 78U. Looks like we got Steven Major, I believe, in a phase 2. First one in the 10th here. Very impressive shot. Once again, he strikes out for 234 with Tommy the opportunity to go out for 247. Every strike that Steven throws, Tommy's going to have to match it. It's Gary Korinsky stepping up here. He's working on a single, trying to make it a double. And another light mixer rips a rack, puts a double up against John Wade. That looks like it's going to really put the favor into Gary. Gary goes out. They just finished the 8th. Gary's going to go out there, it looks like, for 236 potentially. As we see Steven Major, if you didn't see off in the distance there, it looks like going up the lane, and now we are in 4-7. So Steven could fill this frame. Looks like for 224, really all Tommy needs to do is mark and get good count, and he's going to be the winner there. Meanwhile, Kevin Tebow, a very, very costly light mixer that turns into an 810. That is going to hurt. John not quite able to capitalize or at least run it back and start putting his pressure back on Gary. Gary definitely having the better look between the two, at least in terms of getting to the 1-3, staying out of trouble. Mike Lichstein just once again working those spare woes. Once again, terrific guy. You can't say enough good things about him. Absolute legend to the game. Still out here just crushing the young guys. Is Kevin make this? All right, good 10-pin fill there. Really, that's kind of all you can do. Aim for one and hope. Now, Kevin can go out for 220. He's going into the ninth. He's on an open. Can go out for 220. Tom Coco going into the ninth. Can go out for 234. Tommy Kuhlman on lane 30. 4 pins. And he just needs to mark and get good count to run Stephen Major down. John Wade on 31. Needing a strike. It's pretty much a must-strike situation. And he does get it. That is going to put John out for, if he just finishes ninth, he strikes out all the way in the 10th. That's going to put him at 211. Gary is pacing 2 teams. Oh, there we go. Nice little light mixer there from Kevin. Can't quite be comfortable with the way that setup there ended. Man, that 8-10, man, that's going to haunt you. Those light mixers, sometimes they go and sometimes they just 8-10. Tommy Kuhlman filling his frame there. Really just needs to get some solid count, but that's pretty much a done deal for him. Looks like he needs 7 pins. But hey, anything can happen in this game. Gary Karinsky on 32 on a double. Another light mixer just ripping him apart. And that's just going to be about do it there for that match as well. If Gary goes ahead and marks, we're going to call that one win. Tom Coco on a strike, heading into the ninth, needs to strike in order to make sure he has a solid 10th frame to set up on. Foundation frame gets the messenger to go. If there's ever a time when you need it, it's the foundation frame, folks. Aaron Major. And just sometimes you wonder when Aaron's ball hits, as hard as it hits sometimes, just how does the pin stand? But that's pretty much a wrapped up deal there for the Lich versus Major match. That's as Hall of Fame as Hall of Fame gets versus a future Hall of Famer, and I'd be willing to bet that's not too long down the road for him. Gary Karinsky getting one up the lane there for a 4-bagger, and that seals the deal for him. So in the semifinals, at very least, you're going to have Tommy Kuhlman, Gary Karinsky, and it looks like Aaron Major, and the only undecided match is right here on 33 and 34. Tom Coco strikes here. It's massive. Fantastic shot there by Tom. That's a triple. Once again, Tom can go out for 234 here. If he puts this one in, it's done. So it looks like you're going to have a Tommy Kuhlman, Aaron Major. And then Gary Karinsky is going to face off either against Tom Coco or Kevin Tebow. But really, that fate is almost in Tom Coco's hands alone at this point. Tom strikes here. He's moving on. Yes, sir, Viali. We did mean Farkle. Perhaps he'll send another. I bet you if we watch Aaron Major long enough, he'll send him. That one goes high, leaving, just a 7-pin. Gets a little bit of a break there. They will need to fix that score. And, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. That will put Tom at 221. Max for Kevin, 220. So Tom Coco moving on to face Gary Karinsky. Aaron Major moving on to face non-champ Tommy Kuhlman. Will Tommy snag his first title? Will Aaron back-to-back title and add a 6th title to his resume? Will lefty Tom Coco continue? If you didn't know it, Tom, it feels like he's just always waiting in the wings, and he just kind of comes out of nowhere. My man's got, I believe, 6 or 7 titles now, so he is also no stranger to winning. And we have Gary Karinsky looking to become a multi-titleist. Thank you, President Jay Johnson. As we're just kind of rounding out Mike Lichtenstein's finishing up here on lanes 35 and 6. You get another chance to see that unique style of his that is just, I bet you that style is won more money than I've made in my life. Nice little light mixer. I'm sure he would have loved to have a few of those throughout that match. Really, his only struggle there, I mean, outside of a couple strikes, everything else is 9. So that's a tough one. Hard to do that against somebody like Aaron Major. I don't know if I've seen too many games where Aaron hasn't shot 220 or higher. So see Kevin just testing out a ball for fun. Not quite the look there. Fantastic bowling to Kevin all day too. And all these guys that were in the top 8, I mean, you just watched them all day. They were all doing the right thing, it seemed like. We got tournament director Justin Alves in the picture there in the frame. Shout out to him as he's getting ready to round off our competitors here. Get everybody ready for the semi-final match, which is going to be occurring on 33, 34, 35, and 36. So we will adjust that camera just a little bit just to get everybody in the frame. And if you're looking for my bowling, Gary Korinsky actually just walked right in front of it. It's that red trash can there. It's pretty close, pretty similar. But I tell you, man, the pattern today, it was a very high-scoring event, like I said, but it was very easy to end up getting a pair where the ball would just not do the right thing, and you shoot 160 with your eyes open and confused. Another shot by Litchi here. Looks like he's throwing a little different ball, too, for fun. Man, that guy's he's something else, so shout out to that Hall of Famer right there. Not going to add another title today, but I promise you he's still got titles left on the belt. But speaking of Hall of Fame, we're looking to have somebody add a title to their resume today for a chance to get in there themselves. We also have a chance to crown a brand new champion today with Tommy Kuhlman, a fantastic two-handed bowler. Tommy's one of the better bowlers out here who has yet to win a title. Sometimes we get to see some of these guys and you say, hey, how are you in the world? Are you not a champion already? And they're already thinking the same thing. And man, it's just their games are so solid. And every time you're watching them bowl, they're always bowling fantastic. So it's a long time coming, I'm sure, for some of these guys. So right in front of us, looks like we got Tom Coco sitting up on our pair. We're also going to have Gary Korinsky joining it right in front of us as well. We got a New York bowler. We got a Connecticut bowler. All right, guys. We're going to run another commercial here as we take a listen for our sponsors one more time.
Welcome to Winkles Pro Shop, located inside Apple Valley Bowl in Plantsville, Connecticut. Come down and see owner-operator Rich Reynolds and his staff to help you with your bowling needs. Winkles carries all major bowling ball brands, bags, shoes, and accessories to suit your needs. If you have any questions, Rich Reynolds and his staff are happy to help. Also, check him out on the web at Bowl-O-Rama.com. And remember, last thing, tap the rack.
Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this NEBA live stream, one of my favorite tournament organizations. If you're looking for some of the best bowling merchandise on the internet, check us out at thehousebowling.com. T-shirts, hats, polos, hoodies, and much, much more on our website. We can also get you equipped for your next tournament with all of the newest releases from all your favorite brands, as well as some huge deals in our closeout section. We've got a special deal for you guys out there using promo code NEBA at checkout for 15% off. That's NEBA for 15% off merch only on thehousebowling.com.
What is it about bowling that captivates us so much? Mastery of the game is impossible, but perfection is just within reach. It is beautiful, frustrating, and at times humbling and gratifying. Bowling beckons us to keep trying and forces us to accept the infinite variables out of our control. Success seems to lie 60 feet ahead, but the real battle takes place 6 inches between your ears. So if no matter how many times you fail, you would still do anything, and I mean anything, just to get 1% better. We know exactly how you feel.
Once again, shout out to all of our sponsors for the 2026 season. We really can't do all of what we do without your assistance, your help, and keep putting on such amazing events for the folks in the Northeast and for the New England area. So yeah, we got our guys here just getting warmed up, 2 balls each lane, so getting their pairs figured out. But we have White set up coming in here. We have Aaron Major, who's looking to put together back-to-back titles. And just really add to his resume. He wants to make it a 6th. If he win, I mean, right now he is the most winningest bowler on the semifinals. Tom Coco, according to the site, only has 4 titles. If you told me Tom had 10 titles, I believe you. But Tom has 4, looking to make it 5th. Gary just looking to really become a multi-titleist. And then Tommy Kumlin looking to become a NEBA champion in general. Shout out to all these bowlers for making it this far today. I can tell you from firsthand experience, it wasn't easy to make the finals. I mean, the scoring pace itself was staggering to watch. I mean, while it only took to 100 over to make, or 103 over to make the at-large cut, so the minimum you would have had to bowl as a regular member or as a regular bowler. I mean, the scores were still tough to get unless you had it, man. I got to tell you, either you had it or you didn't. But if you're looking at these guys right here, they did it. They had it. Over there. We're going to get a look at some of their arsenal real quick. So let's see here. Up to Aaron. Tell me, what are you throwing today?
Black hammer.
Throwing a black hammer. He got a little look at a mesmerized just for fun, but he's been throwing the 78D black hammer all day. Looks like Aaron Major was throwing that 78U. We have Gary Karinsky. What are you throwing today? Is that stealth mode hybrid? Entity Pearl. That is another one that slept on. The Evil Eye we've heard of a little bit, but man, that Entity Pearl, I feel like doesn't move, and that ball is amazing looking. So, like I said, we already had Tom Coco throwing that 78U. Thank you. Other balls we had going down the lanes today that we've seen quite a bit of were the Storm Concept that just came out this past Friday. So if you didn't have a chance to look at that, go to your local pro shop or my favorite, buddiesproshop.com or Bullwinkles Pro Shop, and go ahead and check out that concept. I feel like quite a few of them went down the lane today. And for me, it looked a little better than what the level did initially. That ball actually has quite the teeth to it. And absorbs oil faster than any other ball that they've ever made. So, all right, guys, we got the top 4 here. Once again, Gary Karinsky Jr. versus Tom Coco, while Aaron Major is going to take on Tommy Kumlin. Please, please, please like and share the stream. Also, shout out who you think is going to take home this win. Joe Ceruzzi in there, pulling for his folks. Great shot by Gary there to start out his match. Once again, throwing that Entity Pearl. If you didn't know it, man, some of the Brunswick brand stuff, it gets left on the shelf and it gets missed out on, and that is another ball that is just great. I spoke with some of the reps from Brunswick, and boy, do they love that ball. So, man, yeah, go out once again, check out your local pro shop and see some of these great pieces that they have just hiding. See Tommy Kumlin there on lane 33. Quality shot and quality result too. 10 back. Tom Coco here on lane 36. Really good shot there by Tom. Tom came up to us to say his arms or his hand's going to fall off. They tell him you got to let that hand fall off all the way to success. Stepping up here on lane 34, as we've already said, that's a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Major. Looking to get his first shots off. And that one kind of just blew through it, man. That was nasty 379 to start it. But I got to tell you, if you're going to open anywhere, it's frame number 1. And let that be the play and just kind of build off of that. Tom Coco looking to make it a double. Stubborn 7-pin, not quite going to go down there. Let's see if Aaron just cleans his 2 up. That's what we all would do. 2 for Aaron. Who's Gary K? Gary Karinsky Jr., of course. Gary's already a NEBA titleist, looking to become a multi-titleist. Guys, if you haven't already, like and share the stream. Not what you want to see to start your match. At least if you're not in the eyes of Tom Coco there. I'm sure Gary doesn't mind having a little extra breathing room to start. A lot of match left, though. Plenty to build off of there. You just kind of have to let those move on. Same thing here with Aaron Major. See if he can pick himself back up off of that 379. He does. 10 back. Something we're pretty much used to seeing from Aaron Major is lots of strikes. So I would look forward to still seeing that. He doesn't make a lot of errant shots. So is Gary Karinsky stepping up on his right lane, looking to make it a double. See if we can get the first double of these semis rolling. That was pretty good, and a pretty good result, too. Shout out to all of his fans there. Tommy Kumlin, your only non-champ on the semifinal side of the show. Looking to get himself into that championship territory. But first, he's got to get through a very tough opponent in Aaron Major. Put together a double himself, and he does. No problem there, which once again, if you didn't know it, Tommy actually shot 299 earlier on in this match, still throwing that same, or not this match, but earlier on in the finals. So no shocker that he's able to still stay striking, and he did take down your qualifying leader who had 250 over today, and Steve Major, so a lot of tall tasks in front of him today, taking on Major on Major. Gary got that one just, once again, I feel like it was probably a hair up the lane, and that ball just did the right thing. Hard to do on 37 feet, but if you watch Gary bowl, you know that he's capable of doing that. He can really get that ball to float through the front part of the lane and get down lane, so. Let's see if Tommy Kumlin can keep it perfect through 3. So steps up on lane 33. And just a weak 10 there. Not going to get that one out. Still a solid shot. Tom Coco looking to get back on the strike train here, as he does on lane 36. Now it's time to double up. If you didn't catch it in the quarterfinals, Tom did the same thing. He had an early open and then rallied back to put the hands on Kevin Tebow. If you didn't see it, this live stream is powered by the House Bowling. House Bowling, most known for, at least on my end, Packy Hanrahan. The sponsor for the stream, Packy and the folks at the House Bowling gave us 15% off for all of our NEBA members using code NEBA off of his merch. So head over to thehousebowling.com and check that out and see if you can get yourself some gear. Another company, huge sponsor for us, I Am Bowling. I Am Bowling offers us 25% off of I Am Bowling apparel. If you go over to their website, use code NEBA, you get 25% off. That's just an unheard of number for me for discounts. It's so huge. They do so much for us. So shout out to I Am Bowling. Get yourself a jersey. Especially for the team tournament coming up in October. Aaron Major, 7-pin, staying stubborn. I'm sure he wanted to put together a double, try to pick himself up, but sometimes that's just the nature of the beast. It's not often that he can't get him to go down. So Gary Karinsky perfect through 3 so far, looking to make it a 4th. Solid shot there. And the pins agree as Gary gets them all to go down there. The words of Rob Stone, ham bone. Nah, I'm not going there. I can't do it. Aaron Major's looking to clean up that 7-pin and does so. early on in the match, so not going to get too big into speculation on who's going to win here just yet. So much bowling to be done, but about halfway through, maybe frames 5 and 6. Once Gary puts something away. Let's see if he can get himself perfect through 5. Shim indeed, Mop. Shim indeed. I feel like that's what he gets this lane to do. And yeah, just a single pin there. You know, it's funny. I feel like the one in that lane, the last shot, was probably maybe one right of that, and it held line. So, but on 37 feet, it really is difficult to get those to hold the line. Air Major looking to put one in, get them all to fall, and he doesn't. That is a light mixer 10. Not what he wants to see when he's trying to make up some ground. Gary, just pretty standard field frame there from Gary. After Tom puts one up in the 5th here, we'll give you guys a little bit of a rundown on the scores so far. Gary obviously pacing 279. And he's got a pretty solid look there, too. So as long as he's online, I think he's got it going. Tom's in the same boat, though. Other than that open, Tom's been pretty lights out as far as keeping it in the 1-2 area. Keep right into that pocket. On a scoreable yet tricky 37-foot Webb. Pretty solid shot there by Tommy. He's working out the kinks in the hand. That puts him with a triple. And really the only difference here is that open frame. So really Tom's only down by about 20 sticks or so. Tommy Coolin looking to get back on striking. And can't quite get that 10 to fall again. That's another thing that's kind of tricky about, you know, whether you're throwing urethane or reactive resin today, was getting it to go for the pins to keep the strikes going. And it looks like our folks on 35 and 36, or at very least, have an idea of how to get him to go. And pair-to-pair really was the big play there. So if you were able to manage pair-to-pair and get them to continue striking, that was huge. Another solid shot there by Coco, getting that light mixer to put up a 4-bagger. Still trailing in the match, but that's definitely going to aid the cause. Tommy just looking to fill a frame here, as he is still up in the match against Aaron Major. Stay solid filled frame. Saying goodbye to the Hall of Famer as he leaves the building today. Always good to see you, Mop. Just another great shot there by Gary. These guys are lined up on 35 and 6, and they're getting them to go, too. Looking to get another double going as he sets up in on 35. Which really, I think, you know, the key there is just making sure it gets right at that little spot where it's going to start to read, and I think he's money all day. So he is going to be tough to beat as long as he gets those shots done on 35. And Tommy Coomlin, just once again, just trying to, he's been in the pocket the entire time this match. So he's heading into the 5th frame to close up the first half of the game. And a messenger is going to take out the 10, and that's exactly what you want to see as Tommy. Maybe not so much as Aaron, as he is still trailing in this match by about, looks to be about 40 pins because of that early open there. Gary gets that one through the front part, and that ball absolutely runs the 8-pin over there. Fantastic shot by Gary. Still pacing 279, and it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. But his opponent, Tom Coco, still striking. Just that errant spare miss there. So we see Aaron Major step up. See if he can start closing a gap. And he just did right there. So a good shot by Aaron. But he needs everyone. We need to start seeing some strings from him in order to make up some of that ground if he wants to not only beat out Tommy, but give himself another chance to be back-to-back NEBA champion. That in itself is a rare feat. Tom Coco stepping up in the 7th, looking to make it 5 in a row. Quality shot. Great shot there by Tommy. Another shot. There was a double by Aaron, and I believe no, Gary won in 2024. As a matter of fact, I remember that because Gary took me out in the round of 8. Got to get guys like Gary and them out to NEBA more often. They're such good competitors. These guys are great. The ball hits like a truck when they got it, too. See Tom Coco looking to step up and make it 6 in a row off of that open. Oh, and he ends up leaving just a little high and gets that 6-pin to stand. Not the end of the match, though. Tom just needs to fill some frames here. Anything's possible, but man, when you're striking low, when you got to look like Gary does, and he's making such good quality shots, it's going to be hard to come back from a deficit. Tommy Kuhlman on a single, looking to make it a double just to maintain his lead over Aaron Major by 20 pins. And he does there with a little light mixer action. And like I said, that is going to put him up 20 pins heading into the 7th frame. Tom fills his frame there. Let's see, Tom can go out. They got 9th and 10th left for Tom. Tom can go out for 247. While Gary is just pacing along for 270, it seems. Yeah, John, I would say so too. Yeah, Coco is definitely a tough competitor. When he is striking, I don't know that there's many people who can outstrike him. Today he just got to fill some frames. Tom Coco just a few years ago, I believe it was maybe 2 years ago, almost at the NEBA scoring record. He ended up just being a little shy of it, but I was across with him on that pair all day, and if you watch it, it was like a nonstop strike string. I think his low game was a 240 with an open in the 10th, and it was something else to watch. So as Gary steps here, looking to make another good shot. Looks like he got around just a little bit. Ends up leaving a 410. Not an easy conversion by any means, but that's definitely going to tighten the match back up. Aaron Major on a double, stepping up on lane 34. Strike here to keep it within 20. Oh, wow, a powerful hit there from Aaron Major, just throwing pins around. But the action can't stop there. He still needs more as Gary runs this one. And right now, the situation is Gary Grinsky strikes out for 225. Tom Coco strikes out for 227. And at this point, when you're in this point in the game, you have to let those go when the score is so close. It's time to move on and reset. You already know you have a solid line to the pocket. Looks good. Now you just need to capitalize, make the shot. Puts the pressure back on Tom. Aaron Major looks to make it 4 in a row. And he does just that. And I got to tell you, there's no surprise there once you get Aaron lined up that he's able to capitalize. So solid shot there. Still down by 20 to Tommy if he strikes here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, like and share the stream. These are the New England's best. You got to get them on camera. You got to show them to folks. And that was another one that got up the lane and got away from him there on 35. Pretty much something you can't do on this 37-foot pattern, especially when not a lot of urethane's gone down the lane on the right lane. Really hasn't stretched it out enough to make that happen yet. Looks like he's just going to step up here and work his 2. It's an unfortunate back-to-back frames there for Gary, especially as strong as his ball was going through the pins there. Tommy Kuhlman gets him to go for 4 in a row, keeping him 20 up on Aaron Major. If you didn't know, Aaron Major did just come off a win last week at the Grog Monster Trios along with Nathan DeMello and Brandon Vallone. Aaron had a 5th title that day. And I see double digits coming shortly from that man. Whether it's today or not, that's going to be between him and Tommy Kuhlman, at least for now. as Tom Coco really at this point needs to just stay clean to give himself an opportunity to move on to the finals. Tommy Kumlin stepping up, lane 33. For 5 in a row. And a fantastic shot from Tommy right there. If you didn't know, Tommy is our only non-champ, but you wouldn't know it by watching him throw shots right now. That's some elite level shot making. And Tom Coco just absolutely capitalizing there with a strike in the 9th. And really, that's going to about wrap it up if he ends up sparing in the 10th here. So really, he's just looking to step up on this left lane and make some good shots like he's been the entire match. Aaron Major, needed strike. A needed 5-back right here. A wonderful shot. Hall of Famer in the making, stepping up, doing Hall of Famer things. But to be honest, he needs them all. It's a must-strike situation. Not many times are you on a 5-bagger going into the 10th and must strike still. Tom Coco looking to put this match away. Gary can strike out for 223. Strike here is going to do it. Oh, he slaps the 6-pin forward, and that is pretty much going to do it there. Tom just needs to pretty much hit some pins, and it's game over. So Tom Coco moving on against what looked like a very tough Gary Korinsky there, who just caught some errant shots there at the end, but paid for max penalty, unfortunately. Aaron Major also putting in a 6-bagger. Needs them all, though, to put pressure back on Tommy. Tommy has a 5-bagger matched right with him as he's going into the 10th. Tommy is up 20 pins. So if Aaron Major strikes out here, Tommy really just needs to get up and mark. Fantastic shot by Tom. Tom Coco moving on to the finals for a chance to add from what I'm seeing here, a 5th title to his resume. And a little light mixer action there for Aaron. Doesn't get the 7 to drop. And I think Tommy at this point needs to get up and hit some pins. Same thing for Tom Coco there. Looks like he's checking out another ball just for fun. And yeah, that's going to put Tom at 246. Max score for Gary there, 223. Fantastic ball in between them. And Aaron Major filled frame there. Just a stellar performance by Aaron Major, honestly, for the past week. But I think he's known for making stellar performances. Doesn't matter where he's at or what field. Aaron's always striking. He's always in contention for something. Tommy Kumlin, like I said, I think he just needs to hit some pins here, and he's moving on to a title match. He's bowling for a title alongside Tom Coco. Tom v. Tom. Yeah, I think he just needs to get up and get some pins. He does more than just get pins. He gets them all. Tommy is moving on to your championship finals. Tom v. Tom. Now we're just going to watch Tommy Kumlin step up and finish it off. And he does. So just a little bit, we're going to be witnessing somebody either win their first NEBA title or become part of an elite group of people who have won 5 titles in NEBA. Both of these feats outrageously difficult. Your first NEBA title is something to just scratch and claw at until you get there, and then you finally do it. That's quite the breakthrough in itself. But to get 5 titles, man, that's just something to just put on your resume and be proud about. Said Tommy just kind of capping off there. We are going to get the camera and all that set up. Move over to 37 and 38.
All right, definitely.
Yes, sir. That should be okay. You got, what's that? Just a minute. Still a performance there, Tommy. All right. Just getting set up here. Forgive me, the image is mirrored on the actual camera, so that's funny. All right, folks. Good to go. You got to say it louder for Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, like and share this stream. We are about to crown a new champion here in about 15 minutes. Is it going to be a first-timer in Tommy Kumlin, or are we going to make a 5-time champion out of Tom Coco? Sometimes going to win. Who's it going to be? Put it in the comments. Let us know.
I've never said it.
Yeah, let me know if we lose audio. And we just have our competitors here. They're just getting their shots in on 37 and 8 there. Yeah, it's always fun to crown a first-time champion. I got to be honest, I'm always pulling for Tom Coco too. That guy's quite the bowler. But yeah, at this point, you gotta pull for Kumlin a little bit too. I just want to see somebody win. I want to see some pins get thrown around. I want to see lots of good shots. Like and share, folks. Show some love in the comments for these fantastic bowlers. They lasted the field of 200 and I believe just a little over 200 entries. 204 to be exact on this 37-foot PBA Webb pattern. 2025. Tom Coco started the day as your 15 seed, while Tommy Kumlin started as your 9 seed on the day. Your champion today is going to take away $1,350, as well as a paid Tournament of Champions entry for the Storm TOC later on in the year. And really, it's just a urethane on urethane match. Both of these folks throwing the 78U balls of their brand of choice. So we have the Black Hammer 78U from Tommy. We have the IQ 78U from Tom Coco. It's going to be hard saying Tom, and Tommy. So, hey, like I said, like and share. Let us know who you like in this match. I mean, for me, it is hard to decide. It's always special to watch these guys bowl. Cross with Tom quite a bit, Tom Coco, that is. And I always get to see him throw strikes. And then just something about Tommy Kuhlman's game, especially as a two-hander, that I'm a big fan of. He's one of the few two-handers I see that's able to really keep him playing straight and hard. He doesn't really like to open his angles too much, at least from what I get to see on the sports stuff. And that really helps him along. Make some noise in the chat, folks. And if you didn't know, we will be doing a live interview of our champion a little later in the week. We'll make sure to announce that. We did one for our Grogmasters Trios champions who were repeat champions. We did one, so you're welcome to check that out on YouTube. YouTube is just Bowl-O-Rama. And if you're at home, throw in a round of applause, just for fun, whether it's in your head or out loud. I mean, these guys are both fantastic all day. You got to give them some love where credit is due. So. As our competitors shake hands, normally they shake hands and go into a ring and start boxing, but today it's going to be on the lanes. And both these guys, heavy hitters all day. I feel like Tom Coco, I've seen him shooting 250 or more almost every day or every game. While Tommy Kuhlman, I watched him personally shoot that 299, and then all from a distance there, just throwing a 7-bagger, 7 or 8 in a row against a very tough opponent in Stephen Major. Or not Stephen Major, Aaron Major, apologies. He took down both majors. Tom Coco stepping up on lane 37 to start our match. It's pretty good there. Good solid shot to start the match from Tom Coco. Also, if we have any NEBA champions watching currently, shout yourself out in there. Let it be known. We like celebrating you guys. Champions, Hall of Famers. It's extremely difficult to win. So you deserve some love too. Oh, we got a 216-203 by Tyler Hearn. I think it's going to be a little higher scoring, but hey, I like the call of the match. If anybody calls the exact score before we get to the 5th frame, I'll tell you what, I'll throw you a chamois from the house bowling. Tommy Kuhlman stepping up 38. Shot. Good shot, good result. And we're in a dead heat through 1. Once again, guys, if you are interested in a Bowl-O-Rama, our very next NEBA is going to be March 21st and 22nd. Leah Carr's Open Singles at Spare Time, Northampton. If you're interested in signing up for that, go over to Bowl-O-Rama.com and then go to the tournaments tab. All kinds of events are listed there. Get yourself a chance to come out and compete against some of the best in New England. Why not? Especially if it's your first time Bowl-O-Rama. You got to get your feet wet in order to become competitive out here. And it's a blast, folks, I'm telling you. Especially when you get in the final situation, it is something else. Tommy Kuhlman looking to make a double here. Coming up the lane just a little bit, and it does look like it wiggles, leaving himself a 4-pin. Looking to make a routine spare here. Tyler Hearn giving us some insight on the bad pair. Good filled frame from Tommy there. If we haven't already, please, we'd like to shout out to our 2026 Steven sponsors, season sponsors, Storm, 900 Global, and Rotor Grip, always continuing to support NEBA. Tom Coco stepping up on lane 38, looking to make it a double and take an early lead. Pull up the lane there, and just left with a 6-pin. Different kind of result there, though. Tom gets his up the lane just a little bit, and it goes high in 6 pins. And I feel like Tommy got his up the lane a little bit, and it wiggled. And I feel like that's the difference almost between the right side and the left side today. Sometimes you were able to get them up the lane, and they didn't hook. You almost had to make sure it got to the friction in order to shape the lane the right way. And Phil Frames and Tom there once again, dead even through 2. Also got a shout out to the Callahans. We are at Callahan's Bowl-O-Rama in Newington, Connecticut today. Folks at Callahan's are always taking care of NEBA. They put up some of the highest added in money throughout the year as well. Big shout out to the folks at Callahan's. Also, just a great facility. You walk in here, it's larger than life. Tom Coco stepping up on lane 37. Tom Coco putting him down there on lane 37. Now we get to see if Mr. Kumlin steps up and just has something to answer with. Both of these competitors all day. This is nothing new. They've been striking the entire time. Striking and filling frames at will. It's not like any of them snuck in off it. Like I did say, Tommy Kumlin was the 9 seed coming in today, while Tom Coco, the 15 seed, both of them receiving 1-round buys in the finals. Tommy Kumlin, lane 38. Gets that one to the spot. It goes just a little high, and once again, that is kind of what we were talking about there. There is that friction. You have to get around the lane to get there. We'll see if the same thing happens on lane 37. So you just get a hit out of it. Dead even through 3. Who's going to break? Tommy's over here throwing that Black Hammer 78U, while Tom Coco throwing his IQ 78U. It's interesting to me to not see some of the older urethanes out there, Pitch Blacks, Purple Hammers, or even the new concept that came out from the Storm. That concept looked good today for a lot of folks. So we see Tommy Kumlin looking to step up and make it a double. That was pretty close. Wiggles just a little bit, but he does get that light mixer, making it the first double of the match. Fantastic shot there by Tommy. I said Tommy's one of the more unique two-handers out here. A guy who can really likes to keep his angles a little tighter for the most part in comparison to some of the other ones. Some of the other two-handers, they really like to swing the lane. And Tommy's A game, I feel like, is playing him a little straighter. He's better than a lot of two-handers I've seen, even at the professional circuit, being able to play that straight. So we see Tom Coco stepping up here, looking to answer and make a double of his own going into the 4th. Up on that one just a little bit, and the result is a 7-pin. Finish this wrap 7. Obviously looking to fill some frames here for Tom. So a win today for Tom puts him in the 5 title category, while Tommy Kumlin is looking to capture his first NEBA title. That's a confident spare fist pump from Tom. I think anybody's happy about making a corner pin, especially in pressure situations like this. Tom had seen some earlier opens from some single pins, and not the case this time. Now he's just looking to get back on the strike train as he heads over here on the left lane. And really, it's who's going to manage this pair, as we've seen in the comments. If you didn't, Tyler Hearn said this pair isn't very good. And right now, we're just fighting, who's going to have both lanes. Looks like we have each player locked in on at least one lane. Tommy getting that light mixer there. Light mixers are always a super confidence builder, but we do take the strikes when we get them. Tom Coco looking to step up. That one's pretty good. And he gets them all to go. Once again, I think Tommy really likes that left lane. We are later in the day, too. So obviously, Tommy Kuhlman has just the slight age advantage there, but Tom Coco delivers the mail, bud. He knows what it's like to put in the legwork. So I doubt Tom's legs are getting tired yet. Tommy Kuhlman stepping up here, put 3 in a row. It's another light mixer to go, and that is really going to push him into the firm lead here so far through the first half of our game. Right now, we got Tom Coco pacing at Dutch 200. Tommy Kuhlman did get one to go on the left lane. I feel like the real tell of this match is about to come up on lane 37 with Tommy. Can he put together a 4-bagger and continue the strike train? Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, like and share this stream before we get to the end of this match so we can have some folks witness either a brand new champion or a new 5-time champion. Tommy Kuhlman, lane 37, looking to make it 4 in a row. That was a good shot to get another light mixer to go. Very tough thing to do. Tommy now pacing 280 thanks to a couple little light mixer hits there. And really, that's what you need in order to put some pressure on guys like Tom Coco, who are known champions in the NEBA world. But I can promise you, Coco's not going to take this sitting down. He's going to do it standing up, throwing the ball. Coco needing one on this right lane. And there it is. Tom feeding that one just a little further left, getting that ball to shape back to the pocket. Not just further left, but a little further left earlier. And that's the big key, especially with urethane. And just in general today, when you're shaping the lane, is are you getting it there at the right spot? It's very easy to get it a little too far down lane to get it there, and it's going to blow through the pattern every time. That's a big double there, right there for Tom as he's looking to make some answers to Mr. Tommy Kuhlman. Right now, it is a 20-pin match heading into the 7th. Tom Coco there with a triple, something to write home about for at least for his camp. Like I said, it is a 20-pin match going in to the 7th here for Tommy Kuhlman as well. Tommy Kuhlman has gone strike, 9 spare, 4-bagger, while Tom Coco has gone strike, single pin, strike, single pin, 3 in a row. A strike here on the right lane from Tommy Kuhlman is going to speak volumes for the rest of this match. Tommy Kumlin, lane 38, looking to make it 5 in a row. Oh my goodness, a messenger that just does not connect. But man, did he send that log across the whole deck. That was crazy bouncing. And now it's going to keep things pretty interesting. Spare here. Let's say spare and sheet for Tommy Kumlin. That is going to put him at a, let's see, it's 259 out. While Tom Coco on the board has 260 out. So frame here. That's a big filled frame, especially in a championship match when you know there's some pressure on the line and you got a guy striking right behind you. That was a great filled frame there from Tommy. Now, does he get the left lane to cooperate headed into the 8th frame? Is it a light mixer again? Is that really all you aim for? I mean, right now, his left lane has looked like light mixer 4-pin, light mixer that went, and a light mixer that went. Now, it's very easy, especially with urethane balls going down the lane, for the lanes to tighten up a little bit. Tommy is quite the shot maker, especially today. So we'll see what he's going to do here on lane 37 to give Tom Coco something to think about. A little up the lane there, and he does get it to go. And really, I feel like if it's either lane that's going to do it, it's that one. It does seem a little tighter down lane. Tommy Kumlin right now strikes out for a 259. He's got the 9th and 10th left, while Tom Coco, stepping up in the 8th, can go out for 260. 2 strikes here. Tom's up by 1. Meaning Tom Coco. It's a Tom versus Tommy match as far as I'm concerned. Tom Coco looking to step up here and just make it 4 in a row heading into the 8th frame. And that one gets there too. Does it go? And it does. Fantastic shot, making it 4 in a row there for Tom Coco, needing to keep that pressure on a young Tommy Kumlin, who both of these guys are just putting on the strike show for you. Through 16 total frames between our two competitors, we only have 4 non-strikes, all 4 of them single pins. And once again, while this was a high-scoring affair, I promise, by no means is it easy. Both of these guys are making fantastic shots. So we see Tom Coco stepping up here on lane 37, stepping into the 9th frame, looking to make it 5 in a row and keep the pressure on young Tommy Kumlin. Looks like he likes it. Great shot, putting 5 in a row there for Tom Coco as we head into our final frames. Once again, Tommy Kumlin, 9th and 10th, strikes out for 259. Tom Coco only needs to step up in the 10th and strike out for 260. I didn't hear you. Tommy Kumlin on a strike. Going to step up in the 9th and make it a double and put a solid foundation frame towards work. And a devastating light 8-10, similar to what we've seen there with Kevin Tebow earlier. That is absolutely devastating. At this point, you almost have to go for it in order to have a chance. See if he works the one pretty hard. Just misses that one there a little bit. So an open frame is going to put Tommy Kumlin at 195. He strikes out for 225. Tom Coco strikes out for 260. This has come to a situation where Tom Coco, despite if Tommy Kumlin strikes out, will just need to fill his frame. Another light hit there from Tommy, leaving the 2-4 pretty much wraps this match up. But just a fantastic day of bowling for Tommy this entire time. Man, that lane on lane 38 there, he got a little further right, and typically we do see a little more bounce out of that. But man, that was just a tough light mixer. And if you've seen earlier with Kevin Tebow, also did the same thing, was facing those light mixers, and one of them just 8-10 in the same fashion. So that is a tough break, and just an absolute something to let the air right out of your tires. So Tommy looking to fill his frame here, and Coco is it. Fantastic spare by Tommy, and just a stellar performance. I know he was really wanting to check that first title off the list. I can promise you he is going to have multiple attempts at getting that again, and I think the next one is going to be knocking at the door for him. He's going to have a win. He has so much talent. And the talent that is in these younger generations that are coming through here is outrageous. And I think that's across the board for bowling in general, but it's definitely can't be counted out, especially guys like Tommy Kumlin. And he just trusted that one right. He got a little more firm there with the hit, and it just did the right thing. So fantastic bowling by Tommy Kumlin. Now Tom Coco is just going up and stepping up his rounds. Hats off to Tommy Kumlin. A fantastic day of bowling. And really, you were just running up against the carry there at the end of the day. Tough hit there for that 8-10. It really is. So victory lap for Tom Coco here as he's stepping up in the 10th frame. Tom Coco is going to have 5 NEBA titles on his resume now. Fantastic. Why not? Number 5, baby. Absolutely. If you want to talk about a future Hall of Famer, you're looking right at him, folks. Especially these last few years, Tom has put in the smackdown on the NEBA competition. He's always a force to be reckoned with out here, and today shows you why. Tom just stepped up, and I appreciate that, Tom. I don't know why it's for me, but gotta love it. Tom throwing a concept there, it looks like. Tom, I appreciate you getting 6 for me there, Tom. But a fantastic day from Tom. We're going to have an interview, a live interview later on in the week, so be on the lookout for an announcement for that. We're going to get to talk a little bit with Tom about the day as far as how he liked to play the lanes, his victory, what 5 titles means to him, all that good stuff. Congratulations to Tom. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Winkles Pro Shop for sponsoring the event, as well as Roger Brawl and Bloomfield Electric, as well as their $1,500 contribution. We'd like to also thank Callahan's Bowl-O-Rama for putting on a great show here today. Like I said, we are going to have an interview later on in the week, as well as write-up and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Feel free to stick around for the credits, where we're going to have some announcements as far as what some discounts from our sponsors as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to like and share the stream. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you for tuning in to our live coverage of today's event. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and members for their continued support of NEBA. We couldn't continue to offer some of the best competitive events in the country without you. Your commitment to the sport makes all of this possible. We encourage you to support the businesses that support NEBA. When you support our sponsors, you're directly supporting NEBA and the future of competitive bowling. Be sure to check out The House Bowling and receive 15% off all merchandise by using promo code NEBA at checkout. You can also shop I Am Bowling, powered by Logo Infusion, and save 25% off your order with promo code NEBA. Thank you again for being part of our community.